this because I want to do something unique. I saw an opportunity and I'm trying to take advantage of it and think really far into the future of, this may not provide value to anyone, including myself today or tomorrow or even next year. But in 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, this might become really valuable to certain people. What is alive in me right now is that I feel frazzled and afraid a little bit because I've just come back from work and I received lots of feedback at work and criticism, which is beneficial to getting better. But the way I tend to interpret that on a level is as personal feedback and that I'm disappointing others and failing. And even though that might not be the message, I still interpret it that way, at least partially. It leads to me throughout the shift become progressively more and more mentally and emotionally exhausted. And I suppose I'm lacking empathy in a sense. The other thing, which is more positive, is pride. The fact that the first thing I've done when I've come home, aside from drink some water, is this. So it's nice to know that the priorities I set can sometimes be stuck to, even on days where things don't go my way, like having a shift of work. It gives me hope that in the future I will still stick to this, no matter what happens, hopefully. The most important thing I did today, I think, was I edited and worked on the first one of these time capsule videos this morning. And I published it. That's important because this is an idea I've had and I've overcome some barriers of fear and anxiety and vulnerability and just put it out there. It's even become useful because in the minutes leading up to my shift, I watched it. So yeah, it's the most important thing I did today is give myself the time and attention in this format of communicating with myself. The way I spent my time today was effective in a sense. In the morning, I spent the majority, almost all of the morning, from 4:30 until 8:30, editing the last time capsule that was uploaded, the first time capsule. And that's effective because this next one will be slightly different and more efficient to reproduce. Then I did a 5-hour shift of work. That's a wise use of my time for the financial gain, and now I'm here. So I've spent my time wisely. Yeah, I have, in my opinion. That said, doesn't mean I feel like particularly happy. I find it hard to be happy when I go to work, but I imagine that's normal for a lot of people. I don't plan on it being like this forever, but for the near future, this will be the case, and that's okay. Today I felt most afraid when I was being criticized by workmates. Just the combination of the way that these people choose to give feedback and the way I choose to interpret it can be quite visceral for me. I don't know, I think just because I'm a very empathetic person. So if I hurt someone, I feel it too. So working in hospitality, but I'm sure that it's like this in any industry. If someone, gets a coffee they don't like, or if a staff member isn't particularly happy with the way I cleaned a table, I feel this kind of phantom pain because I'm empathizing with them, like how awful it must be to get a crappy coffee that you paid for on your Sunday. For some reason that hurts me maybe even more than it hurts them. is when I was most afraid, is when I'm sort of being confronted by individuals. Not personally, but I'm a person, so there's always an element of that. I felt most vulnerable when at work. I'm being paid to meet someone else's expectations, and just that by nature is an environment in which I feel very vulnerable. I don't know when I felt proudest. I suppose now that I'm filming this. I felt the most surprised when I rewatched my first time capsule today, right before work. The reason that surprised me is because the intention of this is for future benefit, but long-term future benefit. You know, I'm hoping to look back on these videos in 10 years and 20 years and 30 years, and then for them to outlive me and for my kids to watch them. To already have benefited from it less than 24 hours after its inception is really cool and gives me immense optimism for the value that these might bring me and potentially others in the time to come. I feel most grateful right now because I'm in a position where I have a job that I can sort of complain about, and I have a big room that I can film stuff in. I have a microphone and a camera and a computer, and also the savviness with technology to do so. And I'm really grateful overall for my interests and my desire to do something like this. I don't see too often people pursuing endeavors that are providing value in terms of empathy or just a genuine nature, you know, and especially YouTube, but just internet culture. It's all about impressing people, and there's an element of that in what I hope to do as an artist. I want to grow and make art that is impressive, but this isn't impressive. I'm just talking about how I feel in front of a camera. That's not impressive, right? It takes a bit of courage for me, but so do many other things we do daily. By God, it's fulfilling and it's meaningful. Like, this is meaningful. This will be more meaningful than trying to impress someone, because this is genuine and this is me connecting with people who aren't there yet. But, you know, I can only imagine what it would feel like to watch this video, but in a situation long in the future where I've forgotten about how I live now. You know, in 10 years when I forget the day-to-day and I only remember the big milestones, which happen once, maybe none times in a year. You know? And I can't imagine what it would be like to be the child of, say, me, or someone who is inspired by me. Maybe I become an artist and have students or just fans of my work, and they can get to know me in this way and connect with me, and like right now in this moment I can make eye contact with you and we can connect in a way that we perhaps can't, because I'm maybe not in your location, or we don't know each other in real life, or I'm passed away, or I'm just older and different, you know, because I will change. I'm most grateful for this incredible opportunity to place a piece of me, this little snapshot, and just a small change that I could make tomorrow. I would like to consciously elect not to bring any technology into my bedroom. Recently, I've been bringing my laptop into my bedroom and my phone, and there's pros and cons, you know. The phone, I use an app called Calm, which has this feature called Sleep Stories, where someone like Stephen Fry or Matthew McConaughey reads you a story, and they help me fall asleep. I love them, but I don't know if it's worth bringing a mobile phone in, because that comes with a lot of negatives, and I think they're sort of tipping the scale and outweighing that one benefit. I definitely intend to do away with the laptop. That brings no benefit, I'll be honest. I just watch YouTube, and that's fun, but it's not important. And when I'm laying in my, hospital bed, the old age of whatever, I'm not going to wish I spent more time watching YouTube. The thing I wish to change tomorrow is to not bring any technology into my room when I go to bed at 7 o'clock, hopefully. And just a notebook, pencil and paper, and a book. That's it. What I wish to say to my future self is that I'm not going to judge you if it's not the case, but I really hope that what I do over the next 9 years does make it possible for you to not have to work in hospitality or something of the sort to sustain what we do, as well as the added costs that will come over time. For example, right now I live in my family home. I won't live in that in 10 years probably, and I don't want to. I want to move and live alone, or at least, and move to a city and make friends and meet people like-minded. There's a lot of cons to me to living here as well as benefits, so I don't want to stay. That will come with rent that I don't currently pay. That's another amount of money. I'd really like to have a family, or be part of a family again. I'd love to be a dad or an uncle or anything. Maybe just live with my sisters again for a period as young adults or whatever. And that will come with the necessity to support other people, and that's money. That's part of it's money. So I really hope that you've found a way to make this something sustainable and create the lifestyle that I really crave and aspire to create for you, which is that when we reach 30 years old, we can have a kid and we can still do what we love. If I'm to say one thing to my future self after all this, it's I hope that you make different mistakes to any people that you know and any family. We're gonna make blunders, and that's wonderful. I hope that you make different blunders, because if we repeat blunders, that's a waste. I really hope that we're making different mistakes, because that means we're growing, and that's what I aspire to. I really want that now, and I hope that you still want that. But if you don't, it's fine. I feel a lot better. What I'd really like to offer is the opportunity for you to answer these questions for me. I've got in the description some social media. I've also got specifically an email account for one-on-one conversation with anyone who's interested. I really encourage you, if it interests you, to maybe, at the very least, write down these questions and ask them to yourself. At the very most, send them to me and let's have a discussion, or at least have someone hear you, because I feel better. So maybe, I don't know, but maybe you'll feel better too.